everybody, this is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. Well, I have been waiting to do this little update on the diet that I've been on, and been trying to figure out where's the best lighting. And there's under the porch, I guess there really isn't a good spot because I got light all around and I'm in the shadow of the porch. So I'm sorry, I apologize, but it is what it is. Anyway, I had a doctor's appointment this morning, just because I got a new insurance plan. So they wanted me to have a physical. I said okay, and I figured, well, you know what? I will wait until after I get had this little physical before I do an update. And so I did, and I had a weigh-in. Now, I had weighed myself, was a couple of weeks ago. I happened to be in a public washroom, and they happened to have a scale in one of the stalls, in the stall that I was using. So I went and I weighed myself. And since now I was lower than I had been from the time that I last remembered weighing myself. I don't own a scale, okay, so I can't weigh myself here at home. But I knew I was lower. Okay, so I knew how much that scale said that I weighed, and I got weighed again today, and I was down 8 pounds. So I was very happy. I wasn't as low as I was hoping for, but it's still lower than it has been in years. And so I will take it. Now, also, I have noticed that my belt is almost, but not quite, 2 holes tighter. Or not tighter, looser, okay? I can take it down almost 2 more holes. Okay, it's definitely down 1 hole for sure, but the second hole was almost there. So I'm definitely losing the weight. I'm feeling it mainly in my torso. The arms, well, that's going to be a while because there's a lot of loose skin here. And so my arms and probably my thighs are probably going to be the last places on my body to thin down, okay? And I understand that, and it's one of those things. It is what it is. But I feel great. I feel very energetic. I'm sleeping better. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night, go use the bathroom or anything like that. I'm sleeping through the night. I'm getting up refreshed. And I'm really, really doing very well. And I discovered something. I hear Paul. Why is it always I get doing a video and Paul has to be out there belly aching? Anyway, so I discovered something last night that I was shocked. Absolutely, totally shocked. I have had these lumps on my shin, my one shin, since I was a teenager. It started out with just one little lump about the size of a pea, a small pea, and it's just a hard lump right there on the shin bone, and I don't know what caused it or anything like that. And then over the years, it's very, very slowly developed from 1 to 2 to 3 lumps, okay, right on the shin. And I had pointed out to a doctor years ago, and he made note of it, and it wasn't anything. It wasn't causing me any difficulties. You know, it just, okay, it just is what it is. It wasn't growing profusely or anything like that, you know. And I just pretty much ignored it, you know, just made note, you know, the very, very extremely slow growth. You figure that was back when I was a teenager and I'm in my 60s. Okay. And last year, I'm pretty sure it was last year, that I noticed that for the first time it was actually painful. I could not have any pressure on that leg. If I knelt on that leg, not the whole leg, just in that area where the lumps were, that it was actually painful. And so, I mean, I couldn't wear my muck boots. Even if I could get them on, I couldn't wear them because having them up on that shin put too much pressure and it was painful. And I was even toying with the idea of talking to a doctor, seeing if I could get it surgically removed, find out what it was and get it surgically removed. Well, I never did, you know. I just went on with my life. And last night I noticed that they are practically gone. I don't know what those lumps were, or how they developed, or why they developed, or anything like that. But this is the first time I've ever come across any shrinkage, let alone that they are practically gone. I could not. I'm feeling down on that shin bone right now, and they are practically gone. I mean, there's still a hint, but nothing like what they were. So, that was a shocking surprise. There's a rooster on the other side of that metal roofing thing. So anyway, but I'm still going with the carnivore diet. Just mainly eating meat. Now, one thing I'll tell you that I discovered is that since I have eliminated all sugar from my diet. Thank you, my dear. I use stevia in my coffee, and I have some powdered stevia if I wanted something that's, you know, a little bit different. Hello, Angel. Now, Angel's got to come out and see what's going on. Anyway, yeah, so I do that, but I really don't have anything sweet very often, except for my coffee. I have gone down from 2 squirts of stevia to 1 squirt of stevia. So I've cut it down some. So anyway, eliminate all sugar, eliminated all carbohydrates. If I'm out, okay, thank you, Mercy. If I'm out, like we've had a few functions at the church, graduation stuff and whatnot. Mercy, stop! Man, I tell you, everybody's got to be involved. Anyway, and like if they've had like some raw vegetables or certain ones that I might have 1 or 2 pieces. Cheese, I'd have the cheese, and of course I would eat the meat, minus the buns. Oftentimes there's, you know, they make it like a sandwich, and I just don't eat the buns. I'm just eating the meat. I'm being very particular what I eat when I go out to these functions. And if I come home hungry, I can eat something here at home. I'll have cheese and stuff like that, you know, that I can eat, or leftover meat or something, or eggs. Always have eggs. Mercy. And so I'll have that. But one thing I noticed is that, okay, early on when the first function I went to, I think there was one little sweet that I had. I can't try to remember. I think it was a pie. I had a pie, a fruit pie. It didn't look like it was very sweet, but, you know, it was made with fresh fruit. And I had that, and I discovered it made me feel lightheaded, having all that sweetness all at once. I said, okay, that's not very good. I probably should not be having that. So I've pretty much eliminated not having any sweets or anything like that unless I make it myself and I know it's sugar-free. But this last function I went to, they had coleslaw, and I figured, okay, coleslaw, that's not too bad. I can have a little bit of that, okay, and that's what I had, just a little bit, and I was eating it, and then I noticed that I had a little bit of lightheadedness. It wasn't a lot, but I did notice it. It wasn't like when I had that pie. It's like, okay, I'm wondering if they put sugar in the coleslaw, because that's the only thing I could think of that might have it. And I know that some coleslaw recipes call for sugar. And I happened to be talking to a woman. She mentioned she made the coleslaw. I said, oh, you made the coleslaw? It was very good. But tell me something. Did you add sugar to it? And she said, yes. She recited this whole recipe. I said, ah, okay. I thought so, because I noticed the lightheadedness. Yeah, there was a little bit of sugar in the coleslaw. So now I guess I got to be careful about that. I mean, it wasn't real bad. Not like I said, not like when I had the pie. But it was enough that I noticed it. Apparently, sugar makes me loopy. So at least right now it does anyway. And it's, I just got to be careful what I eat. But I'm doing well on it. And I have no joint pain, no pains whatsoever. It's kind of funny. I was filling out all this paperwork for the doctor's office. And I mean, they're asking all these questions about, are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling worried? La, 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 la. I said, no, nothing, okay? There was also a question on one of the questionnaires. I think this was from the insurance company. Do you eat your fruits and vegetables? And I said, no. And I'm very surprised. The doctor asked me, it was a very quick visit. I barely saw her. But I made a point of mentioning that, I'm on this diet now, and I finally found one that actually works. And she says, what are you doing? I said, carnivore. And I said, I started out keto, and I kind of slid into carnivore. She said, oh, okay. Nothing more. Nothing more. She didn't say another thing about it. I said, okay. And it's like, she was in, she asked a few questions, she was out, okay. She was either going to really engage with me, or she was going to be in a hurry trying to get out. And she was basically in a hurry trying to get out. Got to get that quota in, got to see so many patients within a certain amount of time. So, and since I had no issues, I was perfectly healthy, it was a very quick visit. Now, they did draw blood. I have not had a blood test in years. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. I will probably do a brief update when I get that, and we'll see what it says. I am not the least bit concerned about cholesterol. I don't care what the numbers say. I'm not worried about it, because frankly, cholesterol is not the issue that they've been thinking for years, and it's come out lately that no, cholesterol is not an issue. A1C would be a factor, but it shouldn't be a problem. I hadn't had anything to eat prior to going. I just had some coffee with my half and half in it. So there shouldn't be an issue there, because just about everybody in my family had diabetes. So, but I really don't expect there to be any issues. And I don't know exactly what kind of panels that they took blood for. I think she took like 3 vials. So anyway, we'll see. She said it'd be a couple days, either it should be back either tomorrow or the next day. And I can call, and I'll just get a printout of it, So anyways, so that's my update on my diet. I'm very pleased with how it's going. I feel great. And if you have any kind of a health issue, look into the carnivore diet. I hear a lot of people with health issues are finding marked improvement, if not a complete, obliteration of the health problem to drastically reduced symptoms. I don't know. You have to see, what it is, what your health issue is, and how it works with this diet. But there's a lot of people with a lot of different issues that are having either a complete and total remission or a marked decrease in their symptoms. So I'm not even going to get into what is the right and what is the wrong. You'll have to do your own research. But for me, it's working great. Okay? So anyway, I am now hungry, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to probably cook myself some eggs. So anyway, this is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead, and I'll let you know any other updates. Talk to y'all later.